My name is Katty, and just wanted to share one of the moments in which I think I've felt the closest to God, but it's also been, or probably the scariest moment of my life. A couple months ago, towards the end of February and into March, sorry. I went with a group to Honduras and we went on a mission trip. And while we were there, it was an amazing experience. We went to an orphanage and got to spend time with the kids there. So the last Friday that we were in Honduras, we went on this waterfall tour. It was great. We got to go behind a waterfall into a cave. We also did zip lining. And as we were coming back from the waterfall tour, we stopped at this place to jump off a little cliff. I don't know how many feet the first cliff was. It might have been like 6 feet or so. And I was a little scared, but I jumped off and it was cool. And then the tour guide took us a little bit, he took us to another cliff. So I'm on top of this cliff and it's been a while now. And people are like cheering me on from where my friend Junie was, and our chaplain, he's like right next to me and he's trying to encourage me to jump off. But I was just really scared. In a split second, I ended up slipping off that cliff, and I hit a rock as I was coming down, and then I hit the water. And I think my foot hit another rock. And then I remember that one of the guys from our mission trip, he jumped in, like thank God that he was there. He jumped in and he rescued me from the water. Like once I got off the water and I was sitting there by the rocks, I was kind of crying and trying to get it together. And I just kept thinking to myself, like God just spared my life. Like that's just what was in my head, that God had just spared my life. And so up until Honduras, I think for like a year or a little bit more than a year, I'd seriously been struggling with having faith and doubting God all the time. And just like very basic stuff, just doubting the existence of God. And I think it's because even though I'd been going to church, I never really experienced God, or well, I don't really know why. I don't know why. But just really doubting God. But yet to feel Him so close in that moment, and to know that He spared my life and that my life had purpose. I remember that during the time when I was really struggling with belief in God and just not being sure whether He existed or not, that sometimes I would pray that God would do whatever He needed to do to save me. And I really think that that experience at the waterfall was God answering my prayer. And I'm just grateful that He spared my life. Like He didn't have to, but He did. He knew that I wasn't ready to go. And I think now I can say that I see Jesus as a healer. Like I have things that go on in my heart that only Jesus can deal with and only He can heal. And reading through the Gospels or reading through the book of Matthew, what stands out to me is that Jesus really loves people and He healed a bunch of people. He can do the same now in these modern times, and you know, not just physical healing, but most importantly, I think what most of us need is healing of the heart. And so open up your heart to Him. Like it's scary, just like it was scary for me to be on top of that cliff and I never even jumped. I mean, having faith is scary, but God will reveal Himself to you. I would just say to anyone who is not sure whether God exists, or really doubting God and really having a hard time trusting Him. Well, I mean, sometimes, well, no, I still have a hard time trusting God. but I at least know that he is real. And I know that what he did on the cross is real. I would say, like, just search after him and you'll find him. And search after him in his word. Because after coming back from Honduras, I had been reading through the Gospels and just getting a better picture of who Jesus is. So just search after him and don't give up.